Okay, let's continue with problem 10. This time we're going to look at the prediction interval. And the difference is confidence interval is for the average. A prediction interval is for an individual value for the useful life of a brand A cutting tool. It's for an individual value. That's the difference. Normally the prediction interval, the interval is wider than with the confidence interval because confidence interval represents the mean or the average, and the prediction is the individual. So here let's go to brand A. Here, brand A, and here's your confidence interval here, and this is your prediction interval. So my prediction interval at 45 minutes is 1.0 and 5.7. And for brand B, same process. We have 3.1 to 5.7. 3.1 to 5.7. Okay, so far so good. The software is acting like everything is okay, but I think there's one at the end that doesn't work out well. And even with those, I've walked through this, and the program showed that the answers were incorrect, but I know they are correct. So there's a problem with the software on some of these. Here it says compare the widths. So if you're walking through the problem, you see that you've done this exactly the way I just walk you through this, then most likely it's just a software problem. Just let me know, and I'll make sure I give you points for that. Here it says compare the widths of the two intervals to each other. And here it looks like the width is a lot larger than B here. So here it says the prediction interval for brand A is larger than the prediction interval for brand B. And to be honest, I don't even need to read the others because they don't even refer to that. But I'll continue to read it because the standard error, and again, we're normally referring to if your standard error is like the standard deviation of the mean of the y value. So normally we're referring to the standard error. So here, compare the widths of the two prediction intervals to the two confidence intervals you calculated in part A. And generally this is the same. Generally, not all the time, but most of the time, your prediction intervals are normally larger than your confidence intervals. And that has to do with the standard error again, normally. And here it says the prediction interval are both larger than the corresponding confidence intervals. So this is going to be your solution. Here it says come on the reason. The reason is again the standard error is larger for the prediction interval than it is for the confidence interval. So we have to look and see which one that is. I believe it's this one. The standard error for the estimated mean value is smaller. No, wrong. The standard error for the estimated mean value of y is larger than the standard error for the predicted value. No, it's actually this one because B is showing that the predicted value is larger. And last but not least, this is the one that was coming up incorrect. It's the same type of problem, but instead of 45 meters, we're going to look at 100. And this is actually outside of the actual data. And that's important to note because that's called an extrapolation, which simply means you have to assume that the data will be consistent outside of the data that you're given. And that's extrapolation. Interpolation is you're looking at the actual data within. And it looks like I'll have to go to part C for problem number 10. So